Plus years ago, I think a number of us who were business people, finance people, we got quite frustrated by this sort of black and white portrayal in the media. Green groups wanted a policy and regulatory framework to tackle these issues. Business opposed it, and we looked at each other and we said, well, we're business, we're finance, we are professions, and we need a voice in this debate because it's not black and white. There are a significant amount of us in the business community, in the finance world, who care about this, who make a living out of this, who contribute to the UK and global economy. And we need it was critical that we had a voice that represented that.
So our profession plays an important role in sustainable finance, mainly by advising clients.
Our role there is to deliver and help companies on strategy and also on delivering practical solutions in sustainability.
Advising them on how to identify risk and managing risk, identifying them on financial structures, identifying on reporting, and then providing assurance around their sustainability.
Global investment banks are crucial in deploying low-carbon finance. Essentially, we sit right in the middle of a bunch of actors, corporates, institutional investors, governments, retail investors, each of whom have a critical role in shifting to low-carbon economy.
We're creating a new initiative which is complete upside down of the carbon market, and we're addressing the issue from the consumer. Some of the questions tonight were asked about how do we engage with the consumer. We have the solution.
London's an important hub in the sustainable finance sector because it's the world's financial capital.
It's a hub for policy making, it's a hub for finance obviously generally, and it's a hub for the science of climate change as well.
It allows a space for innovation because it has a critical mass of experts that come from around the world to work in London. That allows the type of innovation that sustainability really, really needs.
London has habitually innovated and recreated itself, and we see exactly this happening within the sustainable finance world.
London seems to drive the expertise that the rest of the world seems to follow.
Well, either we have stranded assets or we have a stranded planet.
Is it that you don't think the governments are going to get their act together eventually?
I think actually it's difficult using the word sustainable.
I think people will get educated the more they have a financial exposure to it.
If you were my football club and I was a spectator, I'd be chanting, "You don't know what you're doing."
I don't want to call it another big bang event, maybe it's a decarbonising detonation, something like that. But, we're having to meet in a basement to talk about this because we're not allowed to talk about it upstairs.
My 7-year-old son could have written it in his break.
I'd love to move, but it's not really my problem, it's the policymakers' problem.
You would be a fool not to be investing in this sector.
The thing that will make it easier for the public is if it's cheaper and it drives more growth.
We understand the importance of a long-term outlook, and sustainability is part of our DNA.